Mr. Woods, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Remember, make it the cause number for this.
2533-007.
Officers observed the defendant walking in the middle of the street when a sidewalk was available next to him. And the officers asked the defendant for his Texas driver's license.
Again?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jaywalking?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again?
The officers discovered a warrant out for the defendant's arrest out of McLennan County for aggravated.
Pause right here, because this escalated fast. What started as a simple jaywalking stop suddenly uncovers an outstanding felony warrant, a firearm, and drugs. This is a textbook example of how minor street encounters can spiral into life-altering legal consequences. Ask yourself, how often do people underestimate how quickly nothing turns into everything in the criminal justice system?
Sexual assault of a child, and the officers detained the defendant and discovered a gun and 6 grams of marijuana.
Hold on. So what, walking while...
It was walking in the middle of the street.
While black again? Again, jaywalking? Where?
Let me read the office report.
It sounds like you detained pursuant to the warrant.
They didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean...
Yes, Your Honor. The DIMS just says the officer observed the defendant not walking or walking in the middle of the street.
So, dude, you got to be careful in this life, man. You know, just do the right thing. It's not hard, man.
This moment matters more than
You know
it
what?
sounds.
Doesn't even matter. Just
when a judge
be
finds
careful in
no
this
probable
life.
cause,
You have but one life.
he's not
How old
saying
are
the
you?
defendant is innocent.
You're 24.
He's saying the stop itself
What are you
may
doing?
not have met
Working,
constitutional
school?
standards. Probable
Good.
cause
Get your
is the
education.
gatekeeper of the justice
The more
system.
you educate
If
yourself,
that gate
the higher
fails,
you're going to
everything
rise up in
behind
life.
it becomes shaky.
It correlates
This
with money
is the
too.
quiet
The higher
power of
education
the
you got,
Fourth Amendment
more money
in
you're going to make
action.
in life, the better. All right, I'm going to find no probable cause, Mr. Woods. You got to be careful, man. You know. So is he on bond currently for the other case now as well, or no? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Just be careful in this life. You have but one life. How old are you? You're 24. What are you doing now? Working, school? Good. Get your education. The more you educate yourself, the higher you're going to rise up in life. It correlates with money too. The higher education you got, more money you're going to make in life, the better you are off. That's the rub. That's what you got.
Notice the tonal shift here. The judge stops being an authority figure and becomes something else entirely, a mentor. This isn't sentencing. This is intervention. Courts rarely get this human, but when they do, it's often a last attempt to redirect someone before the system hardens against them. This is the calm before much harsher consequences.
Gotta do. All right? Okay, man. Hang tight for me, okay? Please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi.
I am approaching on Ronald Smith.
Okay.
And so,
Oh, great. So I don't know why we had you not signed on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I know I was talking to my client. So I had submitted I don't want you to think it was last minute. The motion to sub was submitted in, okay, yeah, in the PTI packet that it wasn't submitted last minute either. That was done last month with the previous sheet. Okay.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
How long do you want?
Oh, just till the 30th. He's supposed to finish his anger management class on the 25th. And so if we could just do the reset to the 30th, that works.
Okay with
for us. Okay.
He haven't had it done, but he's got to be here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're okay. Miss Sexton, Mr. Smith wants to talk with you. Do you want to talk with me?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh. Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you?
I just wanted to apologize for my banter towards you this whole time.
You don't have to. I love the tenacity. I love the chutzpah, which you will, but channel that in a great way. Because if you do, the sky's the limit. Really.
This would have been over and done had I just came and approached you in a correct way instead of just being angry.
You know, let me tell you a story. I got pulled over a while back. The officer came to me. He was so aggressive. Why did you run that red light? What's wrong with you? So I said, you know what? I know I stopped. I swear I stopped. But the officer came at me like crazy and I said, I'm sorry, I was an idiot. Just, I'll do better next time. You know what he did? He let me go. So sometimes when you tuck your tail, you get more. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar, right? And it's always when you're with a person in power, especially with a person that has the power of arrest, you buck up to them, it's over. You're always going to lose. Just, that's what you do.
This is one of the most underrated lessons in court. Humility beats hostility every time. The judge isn't praising submission.
This is
He's highlighting self-awareness. In legal spaces, emotion without control is gasoline on a fire.
But
this exchange quietly teaches a survival skill
a kind of case where it's a violent case.
Too late.
On maturity as well,
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Smith. Ready? Good morning, Mr. Moses.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Shh. Why does this keep happening? This is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's the 6th time you've picked up a kind of case where it's a violent case. Actually, 7. It keeps happening. Why? Why so much anger? Do you take any medication?
Yes, sir.
Do you stop taking the medication?
No, sir.
How do you get your medication when you're out there in the free world? When you picked up these 2 cases, had you stopped taking the medication?
No, sir.
You were still taking it?
I actually finished, sir.
Meaning, so you finished, you didn't have any more.
Still gonna pick it up.
Council for reset?
We had him TRAS. TRAS said mental health caseload, or what did they say? And that's what we're doing, right? Okay. What are the other alternatives that we have?
They want to do the mental health case, IOP, thank you for a change, and then they're gonna help them with the counseling. And they'll report, twice a month. So that's how they make sure that you.
What about paying for IOP and all that?
If it qualifies to be the top funded one, because it's, and he'll be responsible.
I mean, how do we make sure that he qualifies? Because I don't, Mr. Moses, do you work when you go out? When you're out of jail, do you work? Who do you live with?
Yes, sir. You on?
It's okay, Mr. D. Who do you live with? And when you leave here now, are you going to be able to stay with mom?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that for?
I don't know that for a fact you on.
Before you were in jail, who were you living with?
Yeah.
Council for reset?
One of the things that you're going to have to do is an intensive outpatient treatment. The problem is that it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's around $500 to $600 to do that. And I don't know if that's something that you have to be able to pay for. If not, I want to try to get you to, I want to see if we can pay for it. How do we?
I'll do an indigency form with him, and then he'll be placed on a wait list if he qualifies. He's on probation, or he'll be on probation.
If this fails, what else do we have at our disposal?
If this fails and he starts violating, then they'll place him in there. That's how it is.
So I want you to understand, Mr. Moses, that we want this to work for you. But you also have to want it to work. If you do something to violate this agreement, you don't do your treatment, you don't stay up on your probation, If you just leave, one of the options is putting you in a residential facility. Do you understand what that means? That means that you will be in, it's not in the actual jail, it's at another facility, right? It's at a lockdown facility that you will not be able to leave, and then you'll be getting treatment. We are trying to do it this way so that you can try to do this while you're out there in the free world doing this by yourself. But if you're not.
This is where criminal law and mental health collide. The court isn't asking if treatment is needed. It's deciding where it happens. Outside treatment means freedom with responsibility. Inside treatment means locked doors. This is the justice system offering a fork in the road and warning that the next decision might not be voluntary.
Not able to, we're going to have to take other measures. Can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what's required for you to successfully finish?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to do? Yes. What programs do you have to do? Do you know? You have to do anger management class, right? It's a,
I think for a
Thank you
change.
for a change.
okay, so just you have to do a thinking for a change, which is a class where you teaches you how to think when you're in a bad situation. You also have to do outpatient treatment so that we know that you're actually speaking to people working through any kind of anger issues that you may have.
Yes, sir.
And substance abuse.
And substance abuse. No drugs, no alcohol. You cannot use any illegal drugs, including marijuana. No marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no alcohol. They're going to test you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you complete this successfully, you do not end up with a conviction. But you need to understand that there's still,
You will be a convicted judge, it's straight probation.
oh, it is straight.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. They-
Oh, I thought it was a
they told me
deferred.
Because he had the state jail conviction up in felony court and the numerous of cases that he had that were assaultive in nature that they were not willing to offer him.
Okay. This assault, it's going on your record. There's what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. If you pick up another case like this, you will be facing a third-degree felony. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison if you ever pick up another assault like this again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's years in prison, not days like you are here. Years. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. So no guns, no ammunitions as well. I'm sorry, it's no weapons, right?
Yes.
No weapons. Weapons is a very loose term. If you have any questions about what a weapon is, you have to talk to a lawyer, but be very, very careful. You understand?
Sir.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot change your mind. You must complete this, and it's a 2-year probation. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in jail. However, I will probate that for 2 years. You've already done it, TRAS, so we don't need to do that, but intensive outpatient treatment, thinking for a change, and the mental health caseload. If you ever have a problem, come back to us here. We can help you if you come here. But if you just leave and don't do anything, that's the worst thing that can happen. Don't leave. Come back. Good things will happen if you come back. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions? Good luck, Mr. Moses. I hope that you can make it. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No. Just ban it. Yes, hold on, Mr. D, I forgot something. Hold on. I forgot. Hey, I don't think he's gonna have anything to pay for anything. So we need, like, we gotta get him. Okay. I have to have you sign one more document that you need to understand, Mr. Moses, that you are now ineligible, meaning that you cannot have a firearm or ammunition. I'm going to read this to you so you understand this, okay? A firearm means any device designated, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using an energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. If you now possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about how long you will be ineligible, you must talk to a lawyer and they should be able to contact you and consult you about that. I need you to sign this so you understand that you cannot have any more weapons, okay? Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. D. You are Frankie Farias. Mr. Farias, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year on the assault case and or a $4,000 fine. And on the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. What have you guys worked out?
So for he's pleading time served on the DWI, 13 months deferred on the assault conditions.
Okay. This is how you understand this agreement.
I'm sorry.
You have 2 agreements on both of your cases. On the DWI, they've offered you 3 days in jail, credit for the 5 days that you've done. But you need to understand that that charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So this time served, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. Anytime you get pulled over, an officer's going to look at your record. They're going to see this. What do you think they're going to do if you smell like alcohol or dope? Right. I would never, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would not get into a car because it is a humongous risk. As far as the assault of a family member is concerned, you've worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you successfully complete it, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. You must understand, though, that this comes with an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that if you ever pick up another one of these cases, even if you successfully complete the deferred, you will be looking at a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as well. You will be signing this other piece of paper here, which is a written admonition that you are ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. What you need to understand, it's firearm is a very loose term. So you need to understand, if you don't understand what a firearm is or what a weapon is, you need to talk to a lawyer because that's one of the conditions. Do you understand? When you pick up criminal cases, there are a lot of collateral consequences, as you now see. It can impact you in ways that you never, ever see. That's why you need to strive to never pick up any kind of cases. And when you pick up multiple successive cases, it kills you. And now you're ending up with these things, with both of these. Anytime you come into a contact with an officer and they look at your record, you think that you'll get the benefit of the doubt. Be careful. That's all I'm going to tell you is be careful. Now, part of the agreement on the deferred, you need to also understand you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. If you fail to live up to the terms of this agreement, we will issue a warrant for your arrest, put you in jail, and now you're looking at an entire year that you authorize to put you in custody if you violate this. Do you understand? For you to complete this successfully, you have to do a Batters Intervention Prevention Program, what's called a BIP class. This is a 15-week, I'm sorry, is it it's 18, right? 18-week class that you have to go to 1 time a week for 8. You don't have to do this. You can set your cases for trial if you don't want to do this. Well, look, if you have that kind of attitude and you go into it,
Have an attitude, Judge, is just, I mean, I understand, I messed up. I messed up. It's no one's fault but mine. I understand that, but y'all really treated me like I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. I'm not. I mean, I understand. I got a DUI and I ended up catching another.
criminal court, did you think this was going to be rainbows and gumdrops?
No, I didn't think that. I'm just, it's just.
And here's the thing though, Mr. Faris, what you need to understand is if you think it was bad here, that's what you're saying to me now. If you think it's bad now, wait till you get out there in the free world with even more conviction on your record. Life will only get more difficult with the more convictions that you get.
I hadn't been getting in trouble for the past year. I got that DUI in 2020. I have not been in trouble for it since then. So y'all treating me like if I'm constantly getting in trouble for it. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not.
How did we treat you that you're constantly in trouble? Tell me.
This is a conversation.
No, but Nathan, I want him, how did we treat you in what way?
I mean, I'm not saying y'all treating me in any way. It's just like the way you talk to me. I have like I'm just a hardened criminal. All I did was I was young. I made a mistake. I was 20. I made a mistake. I was drinking. It was just a mistake.
Please do not admit to committing the offenses. We actually haven't been found guilty yet.
You mean how I'm talking to you right now?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you what to expect.
And I understand that,
And
but
I'm telling you how it's going to affect you.
and I understand that.
And I'm telling you that you can't own a gun.
That's fine. No problem.
You can't own any ammunition.
That is fine. No problem whatsoever.
If you pick up another assault like this, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary.
See, but I didn't assault nobody, but I
You're pleading
understand.
guilty to assaulting.
But I understand.
You're
I'm not going to take your agreement. If you're telling me you're not guilty, then we're not going to do it.
That's how this works. You're pleading guilty and admitting that you committed a crime.
Okay.
If you stand up here and say that you didn't commit a crime,
No,
then
no,
you're not pleading
this
guilty.
isn't like, it's not a game. And I'm not going to let you.
This is the moment many defendants don't fully grasp until it's too late. Pleading guilty isn't just about today. It permanently reshapes tomorrow. The judge isn't scolding here. He's translating legal consequences into plain English. Records follow you. Enhancements stack. And the system has a long memory.
Plead guilty if you're not guilty. If you're not guilty, then let's try it. I'm not taking your plea of guilty if you're not guilty. That's it.
At this point, I politely request that we reset this case, short distance, have the client's appearance be required.
Well, hold on a second. How old is the case? I mean, the case is from 20, it's 510 days old? No. We set the case for trial today. That's it. And I'm not here to play games. If you're either guilty or you're not guilty, but we don't plead people guilty when they're not guilty. That's not a game that we play here. And understand, the way I talk to you now is in hopes that you don't pick anything up in the future, because
I have it.
do you know how many times I hear that?
I'm pretty sure you hear it on an everyday basis. I'm sure you do. But I'm the one that I am one of those persons that means it when he says it.
I'm going to hit the pause button.
You pick up a case in 2020, and now you pick up a case in 2023.
I'm going to hit the pause button here. What you're getting upset about is actually the language that the judge is required to say. He's not admonishing you about anything special about your case. He doesn't care anything about you. But what you're pleading guilty to carries with it these consequences.
I understand.
If you plead guilty to an assault family violence, there's an affirmative finding of family violence, as was explained to you. A second offense is automatically a third-degree felony. Third-degree felony punishment range is 2 to 10. If it's a strangulation, it's now 2 to 20 because it's a second-degree felony. This is automatic, has nothing to do with you, only has to do with what you're pleading guilty to. The DWI is similar in concept. If you plead guilty to DWI today and get convicted, which is what you're planning on doing, the second one is automatically a Class A misdemeanor with a maximum punishment of a year in county or a $4,000 fine. That has nothing to do with the facts of your case and your level of guilt. It's just the fact that you are pleading guilty. At the same time, I don't like this conversation. We're walking away, and we're going to have a later court date. So you go over here.
So if you want to continue on the DWI and tee up the assault, we can do that as well?
No, Judge. With him, we're not doing any pleas. At your request, we'll set the case for trial. I'd ask for 30 days. I'll have a conversation with him. And if he wants to do the plea, we can do the plea. And he will come up here with the proper understanding.
It's not a big deal, but we either set it today or we.
Oh, I'll just set it today because it'll be long enough that we can have a conversation. Almost
So-
30 or so days, Judge.
Yeah, November 19th. That's,
That's fine,
it's over 30 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not that, it's just that I don't remember when Thanksgiving is. Which is a week or two after that, so we're fine.
It's that Tuesday. So it's the Tuesday before.
Tuesday, the week before.
Correct.
We're fine.
Okay, 11/19 it is on
I
both
like it.
cases.
Is Ramona in the back? Do I need to go talk to her?
Yes, no. Well, I'll tell them. But don't let
Oh,
them leave.
Nathan, you're fine. It's a good day.
Thank you, Ramona.
Okay, shh. Mr. Berry, we're bringing you out now because your lawyer has asked for me to set you a bond.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I've got two main concerns. First, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? And number two, equally as important, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction you're wanted from?
Permission to
Just wait,
speak?
just wait.
Oh.
No.
I'll give you a chance.
Yes, sir.
I know that you're going to tell me that it's gumdrops and rainbows and I get it.
Sir.
But the way that I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me who you are,
Sir.
not what's in here, because a lot of people tell me things and when they walk out the door, they turn into someone completely different.
Sir.
And so that will really tell me who you are.
Sir.
Okay. I will give you the opportunity to speak. I'm going to give her the opportunity to speak as well. I'd like to know, number one, where is he wanted from, what for, and what kind of priors does he have?
Yes, Judge. He's wanted out of Fulton County, Georgia. On the front cover of the fugitive page, it states that he's wanted for theft of taking, but I did a little bit of digging and it looks like he's wanted for 4 felonies out of the same transaction. I don't know why they didn't include it on the teletype or running his FBI number to confirm. He's wanted additionally for second-degree felony criminal damage to property and two charges for unlawful person employed by or associated with criminal street gang to conduct and participate in criminal activity through commission of offense. It's a very, very long charge name. But it looks like it was the same offenses that he was originally wanted and he was extradited for back in 2022. I guess he either absconded or violated them again, but it looks to be open cases. And specifically addressing bond is that the state would be opposed for him granting a bond. In the past 10 years alone, not excluding other states and anything past that, he's been arrested 21 times, 12 of them felonies, 2 revocations of paroles, and 3 evadings, 2 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. I believe he's a definition of a flight and safety risk, and due to that fact, we request that the court deny bond.
Your Honor, if I may. So in regards to the telegram, because obviously the state has their duty, I have my duty as defense attorney. All of the other charges that were not on that telegram were dismissed. The case was reduced to theft. This case has been pending since God knows when, because Fulton County is a very slow court. Your Honor, here as I stand with the same client, I stood before you 2 years ago asking for a bond for my client to go back. You granted a bond, Your Honor. And when you granted that bond, my client did what you would want anyone to do, which is turn himself in, appear in court. They gave him another court date. However, no, once he checked himself in, he was able to bond out of Fulton County. Since then, that case has still been pending. He has an attorney in that county as well. However, throughout the times, my client moved. The issue was that there was supposed to be an updated address change to the court. So there was a court date, I believe around August the 12th. And because they did not update his address, the notice was sent to his old address. They immediately issued a warrant. So my client was actually picked up when he came back from work. He didn't even know that he had a warrant. And I understand the state's position that my client does have an extensive history. I was also his parole attorney, which he was successfully discharged from as well. I know Mr. Berry and I could stand for him before this court. Anybody that I have stood before you has always, I'm not gonna take a client that's gonna embarrass me or embarrass you. He came, last time you allowed and granted a bond, he did exactly what he's supposed to do. And if you do it this time, he would do that again.
I don't give bonds 2 times in a row. And I counsel people every single time when they come here that if I give you a bond now, it's not going to happen again. It's your responsibility. You've been a fugitive once. We don't let you do it over and over and over. I gave you a bond last time. I can't keep doing it because you're going to keep, it's the same thing's going to keep happening.
It's not, sir, I promise you.
I get it, but it did. And I told you last time,
But
it's not going to happen again.
yes, sir. Can I talk to you, please?
But Your Honor, it was not, so this.
How do I know that?
So I'm telling you this because I'm also an officer of the court and I've done my research, Your Honor. It was not his fault.
It wasn't.
It was not. It was just a mistake of address. That's the only reason why. I've been checking in
He's
with my client.
supposed to update them of
He
any
did.
change of address.
Can you
I
speak
did.
for that
Can I
part?
please talk to you, please?
So what I would do is reach out to Fulton County, let them know, and hopefully they'll pull the warrant. They'll pull the hold. Or will they not?
So, Your Honor, I've had history with this county. They're very slow.
Yes.
It's very
Have you done
difficult.
work there?
Huh?
You've done work there?
For other clients.
Really?
Yes. Your Honor, can you just listen? Can you just hear him out
Please.
as to
I'd be
why?
happy to hear you. Please.
Your Honor.
So with the regarding that you did update your address,
Yes.
typically address that.
Yes. Your Honor, the last time you gave me this bond, you told me to get a job and you told me to change my life. And I did that. I completed CDL school. I work every day.
Wonderful.
They put me on insulin. I take insulin 2 times a day. I can't, the way that they expedite you there, I'll be sick by the time I make it. My flight has already been in the process of being booked, like you told me to left.
Can't take a flight.
So
To turn myself in?
Mm-mm. You have a warrant. If you try to get on an airplane, they're going to take you into
They let
custody.
me last time, you let me out. They let me take it. I turned, okay, the address, I updated it, Your Honor. And,
How do I know that?
I mean, I didn't,
Am I supposed to take your word for it?
I was honest with you last time about everything.
And that's why I gave you a bond.
But
And I told you though, the last time, it's not going to happen again.
But you said if I messed up, and I did not mess up, Your Honor. I
Nope.
did good, Your Honor. I
Great.
promise you.
But now
You
something,
gave me 10 days to turn myself in. I turned myself in 6 days.
Your Honor, it was really because of the address change. And I
Please,
think-
Your
So
Honor.
if you're not going to at least believe him, you can hopefully.
it's not a matter of belief or disbelief.
Okay.
It's a matter of that we cannot continue to enable. That's what it is. And if I do this now, who's to say it's not going to happen a third time?
It's not, Your Honor.
because-
Told me
They
that the
dismissed
first
my
time.
cases.
They
They dismissed 3 of the cases, Your
So
Honor.
from the time of this charge was pending, 3 of those cases were dismissed, Your Honor, and then the other cases were dismissed. That clearly the
Yes,
reason
sir.
why it's pending is because they don't have anything, but it's not.
So what? I mean, can't you do a speedy trial? Ask for a speedy trial.
So he has an attorney on that court. It's just the court's very slow and it's very different.
But
Yes,
what
Your
I,
Honor.
what I can assure you is, it was just a mere mistake, Your Honor, like.
So I just want to
Please,
step in
Your
real
Honor.
quick because I've had one before where they stated it was a clerical error, and I want to say only one time out of all the other times I approached where it was a genuine clerical error. Once they corrected it in the demanding jurisdiction, is they removed the warrant. I've had that happen before. So if the court wants to roll it over for a day, and if counsel wants to contact Fulton County to figure out if it was truly a clerical error and it was a misunderstanding of where it was to be shipped out for
I
notice.
think what they're saying is that there was a problem where he's saying that he updated the address, but they didn't do it.
Sure, and that's what I mean, is if there was an error, right, with the court in
And
Fulton
reach
County.
out to them and see if that's the case.
Well,
You can Google it, Your Honor. It was a glitch in Atlanta's.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Berry, how did you update your address?
I called a bond company. That's what they entrusted me to do.
Update it, right? No.
Well, so I don't really talk for their system, but that's what I mean, is if it's a mistake on the court, right, and not
So
the defendant.
what I would do is get into contact with the bail bond company and say, hey, man, this is what we did. You didn't do it the right way. We're gonna, if you don't fix this, there's a bail bond board that you can report activities to in the event that they mess up.
Yes, sir, I understand, sir. Please, Your
Giving them one. I can't do it again. I never do, ever,
Honor. 3 days and
No,
I'll
no.
be there.
Well, and it is also worth noting, it's probably good to update on the front end because he's on a deferred in our county before they revoke, because there was a warrant issued out.
It's also on deferred here?
He is,
For what?
for possession of controlled substance.
A less than a gram.
So, but the fact that he's open on deferred and no one has filed a motion to revoke, because initially all they see is the capias issued on August 15th. They haven't filed a motion yet, but that's my point, is before anything else happens, if council does want to correct it for both reasons, for the extradition and for the local deferred, it's probably 2 birds, 1 stone to call Fulton County and figure out what happened with the court there.
Try that.
can we roll it tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. Of course. I would reach out to the bonding company, say, hey, man, I did this. You guys messed up. Fix this. Otherwise, we can file a complaint. You're telling me you did. If you did, then that's the right thing to do.
Your Honor, I mean, I'm begging you, sir. I'm insulin independent now, and life has changed for me. I know I got in trouble in the past, but you instructed me to do something, and I done it step by step. I changed my life, everything, you know. And
Barry,
sir,
the entire time I've been here, I've never once given a second bond.
So, Your Honor, if I may, if we do
Sure.
get information.
I will never say no, but I don't know. I mean,
Well, I'd rather take I don't know than no, so.
right. I don't know. I don't know. I never want to say no, because you never know what someone else is going to provide you to show you that really it's not his fault. And if it's not, then,
Like I said, I've had it happen before where the court demanding
if it's really not his fault, would you
And then-
post?
please.
No, but please, don't beg.
Yes.
Because last time we went in, you don't.
Yeah,
Let's see what they have. Let's go from there.
And I will-
I don't want to commit you to an answer. That's really not fair.
Yeah,
So-
and in the spirit of transparency, I do show that he hasn't had any violations since he entered in the deferred because it was concurrent with dismissal of the others.
Yes.
So other than this, there have been no other violations. It was September of 2022, but it's just with the sheer amount of history, because it's one of the longest I've seen, that's my concern. And
Saying he's been doing good.
well, that's what,
He's
so,
been doing very good.
Right.
They
So that's what I
requested
mean.
early termination for me, sir.
So that's the thing, it's just
Okay.
please.
so I want information from the court because ultimately in the end, it's not whether, it's not the, how they prosecute the case, it's whether he's wanted and whether the KBS is true.
Diligence.
So-
Let me see what you got and let's talk.
Okay, we can.
I'm never gonna, well, I'm not saying never because I always put my foot in my mouth, but let's see and we can regroup. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Barry.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Dave. Morning, Mr. Eli.
Good morning.
How are you?
Better, a lot better.
You seem clear-headed. Things are going well now. You've got a clear mind of what's going on. The problem is how long that's going to last. Shh. God forbid you dig yourself into such a deep hole that you'll never crawl out of. And then if you end up with a criminal case where there's a dead body, that's exactly what you've done. We will do everything in our power to prevent that from happening, no matter what you're doing. All that needs to happen going forward is you do not get into a car. Whatever you're doing in this life, wherever you need to go, don't get into a car. Do you understand? The worst possible thing you can do ever, if you're using anything, is to get to a car. You have a 4,000, 5,000 pound missile that can do catastrophic damage to anyone you run into. And if you are in a state that you shouldn't be, don't. Do you understand?
Yes.
What's going to happen now? What are we doing?
I'm gonna continue with the drug program, with the drug court, and better my life and stop doing what I was been doing. And move forward from this.
Do you know what happens if you don't?
Yes,
What happens if you don't?
I'll go to prison. What?
You will go into a rehab facility. That's what's going to happen. I am now, and I've told Shreya that I don't agree with what's going on now. I do, but I don't, because what I really think is what the report said in that Safe P, which is an inpatient treatment facility. That's what I really think. But because she's so tenacious, I have agreed to try to let you do this on your own.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
If you are unable to do this on your own, we're going to do it the other way. And the other way is what the report says, and it is the treatment facility in the jail. It's going to happen one way or the other. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, when you're out there, if you ever have a craving, if you ever have someone coming up to you, giving you peer pressure to go do this, don't. find a sponsor, find someone else to talk to, call me, come here to court, call Shreya, but don't use and don't hang out with the people that you were using with before. Do you understand?
Yes.
Can we give him a curfew so that he's not out in the middle of the night as part of the sober court?
I can add that, but they have their own special conditions, so I'm not sure. Let me see if they'll interfere.
Look, I don't want to interfere with their specifics. I mean,
Judge, we can just defer it to sober court since they are going to have the intensive weekly reviews.
I'm scared for you, Mr. Eli. I really hope that you can make this work, and I want you to do it. But, you know,
I am.
when you're using that kind of dope, don't go back to the old, don't hang out with who you were hanging out with. Don't go back to the places you were hanging out with, because all you need to do is be in that environment, and it's going to catch you up like this. If you start using, if you don't comply with these conditions, I will issue a warrant immediately. Do you understand? Mr. Eli, you're charged with, so we're going on the second, right? Everything else is being dismissed? Is that right?
Yes, Judge. The FSGI and false report is a dismissal.
What about, was there any restitution on the FSGI?
No, Your Honor, we weren't able to get in contact with the complaining witness.
It wasn't a major at all.
Okay.
Fender, like literally a bumper.
You're charged with 3 cases. You're charged with false report. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense, and you're also charged with failure to stop and give information. You've worked out an agreement. They're going to dismiss 2, and you're going to plead on the DWI second. As part of the plea agreement, you're going to sober court, which I really hope you take to heart because I've already done the spiel for you. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, you are stuck with this until you complete it successfully, or unless we have to issue a warrant and file a motion to revoke. If you violate the terms, we will issue a warrant, put you in custody, and then we're going to have a hearing. And if they prove it to me, you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to driving while intoxicated, second offense? Guilty or not guilty? The other thing is this, is that you now are charged and will have 2 DWIs on your record. What happens the next time?
Prison.
Now, if you ever are in a car and you get charged, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony. You'll be facing a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Do not get into a car. I am suspending your license for 2 years. Do not get into the driver's seat of any car. Do you understand?
Yes.
So we're doing, it's an 18-month probation, right? And then is it
DWI education
repeat offender, right?
and the DWI repeat offender.
So are we doing 2 DWI education classes?
1 DWI education and then 1 DWI repeat offender.
Okay. Victim impact panel?
It's not on there, but I can add it.
Well, no, I don't want to do anything that they don't want.
They have 60 hours of community service.
Yeah. So one of the things that you'll have to do is 60 hours of community service. I know that as part of a reward system that they have with you, the better you do, the more conditions they'll take off. So they may waive your community service time if you do well in the program. What else?
Your Honor, we looked into it and the code does say that you shall require 5 days, not less than 5 days, due to the fly within 5.
3.
Oh, I said apologies. What? Not less than 5 according to the code.
3 days.
According to the code?
72 hours is a condition of probation. Do you want to go over that?
Did you buy a second?
Yes, because it's outside the 5 years.
It's within 5 years.
It's the,
Mr. Lindsay, was it 5 as a condition or was it 3?
We went through 3, but we have counsel here ready to come discuss.
I believe that the statute's worded a little strangely.
Don't say.
Just give me one moment, Judge. I just said it.
Why is it like this? I mean, I don't understand. Why just,
Reads according to Article 42A, a judge granting community supervision shall require the condition of community supervision that the defendant submit to not less than 5 days of confinement of county jail, and if the defendant was punished under section 49.09A, which is the DWI second, and was subject to 49.09H, which is the 5 within 5. And that subsection H reads, the subsection applies to a person convicted of a second or a subsequent offense relating to the operating of a motor vehicle while intoxicated, committed within 5 years of the date on which the most recent preceding offense was convicted.
I don't have any information on the first one. When was the first
The
one?
first one was committed October 23rd, or conviction date was October 23rd, 2019, and the most recent that we're on now committed on May 5th, 2024.
so the other one was committed outside the 5 years.
Yes.
And this
Is it
conviction.
conviction or committed?
So my understanding is this is the conviction we're talking about. So he would be convicted of an offense under 49 with his prior being committed outside the 5-year window.
So so he committed the DWI out of county, I think it was January of 2019.
So outside 5 years.
And that's where the statute reads a little bit
Well,
confusing.
you were okay with the 3, right, Mr. Lindsay, right?
Yes, Judge, we're okay with the 3.
So we'll just do that.
Yes, Judge.
Probation.
Okay. Stay sober.
So what are you doing?
Don't use. Mr. Eli, don't use. Do you understand? Don't go to any parties. Don't go to any bars. I want to also put on the bars, places of ill repute. Any place where it's 50% or more,
Judge, can
or
we
liquor.
that or just whatever on the 3 days? He'll be released today, correct? Today.
It's gonna be starting, because now you've been released. So I'll also come and discussion.
Yes,
Okay.
there's nothing holding him, correct?
Is that?
I mean, no, once we get to the date.
Yes, perfect.
I'm in for those days.
Perfect.
Don't use. Okay? Or how do you, the offense, guilty or not guilty? Guilty. We'll find you guilty, send you to the agreement, make it work.
There's 2 enhancements.
Is it true that you were convicted of the felony offense of possession of a controlled substance in 2020 out of the 209th District Court?
True.
Okay, true to the enhancement. Okay, guys. Good luck, Mr. Eli. I hope it works. Thank you for being patient.
We'll do a Friday report at 6 p.m. on what? 3 weeks.
Let's say 30 days from now.
What?
He wants to do it 30 days from now on Friday.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
Let's do.
I want him to report here, though. Hey, I want him to report here so I can take a drug test.
Okay.
So it'll be November 15th
Report to court 8 or 9 in the morning, and I'm going to take a drug test.
on November 15th.
On that date,
Yes. Don't use. Okay.
can I ask a question? Is that okay? So on November 15th, do I come here to?
Yes.
I want you to come right
Yeah.
here.
I'm saying just surrender here, right?
Correct.
Thank you.
Here in court with me
Why can't you just go to?
because I want a drug test.